There's one skill that I think is super important for today's modern age, and more important than it's ever been before. And it's something that I think a lot of us don't have very well. At least I didn't. And that is grace. With the pace of the modern world, just think of the last 5 years with a pandemic, political stuff going on, just general changes in people's lives, the pace of the economy and industry with technology and artificial intelligence. We're all going through so much change, and that's just societal. That's just at a macro level. At a micro level, each individual is going through a lot of change, and change is hard on a human being. Human beings are creatures of habit. We want to do the same thing day in and day out. That's what we want to do. That's what we find comfort in. And when it comes to change that's either forced upon us or that we choose, it doesn't matter. It's hard either way. And the number one skill that we can have and we need to have is grace. We need to have grace. Grace, I feel, is mandatory today and mandatory for the foreseeable future. Just having grace with not only yourself, but other people, because they're going through the same change too. But when it comes to a habit change, which is kind of a lot of what I'm talking about, specifically with scrolling on your phone or minimizing your phone use, grace is super important, because if you're going to try to make a change, what are the chances that you're going to get it right the first time that you make that change? Zero. Coming from someone who's made a lot of process changes in business, it's no different in your personal life. Making a habit change is making a process change, and the chances that you get a process change right the first time are near zero. The only thing you can do is use the information you have, make your best guess, and give it a shot. And then when you find out it doesn't work, because more often than not, it's not going to work, you make a change and you try something new. And so having grace that it didn't work out as planned is key. And so if you believe that grace is mandatory in today's modern world, which I really do, then let's follow it up with a commitment you can make to yourself, if that's what you believe. And that's to trust yourself. So if you're making a change in your life, big or small, just trust yourself to make the change and give it a good faith effort. But when it doesn't work, because again, it probably will not, at least not the first time, have grace. Grace is mandatory. And then just keep doing it, because you can fall into a loop of, if you don't have grace with yourself, let's say you're trying to make a change. Let's say you're trying to cut down on your phone use and you try something. Let's say you say, oh, I'm not going to use it Friday evenings with the family. And it doesn't work. The first Friday, it just didn't work. Try it again the second Friday, it just didn't work. If you don't have grace for yourself, then if you try to make a new change, like, oh, I'm not going to use it just Wednesday evenings, you're not going to trust yourself because you didn't have grace. And so those two things, that grace is mandatory and that therefore you should trust yourself, are really critical to habit change in general. So yeah, it's just something I want to share with everyone. It's something I call one of my pillars of harmony, a pillar being a belief paired with a commitment. And I've got a bunch of these that I plan to share that are relevant to scrolling and habit change in general, but it's just good for life. So if this resonated with you, the concept of grace, subscribe to the channel. I'm sharing a lot more related to habit change, specifically targeting people that are over scrolling on their phone. If you know anyone else in your life that has this issue, recommend the channel to them. Just send them a link and say, hey, check this out. This guy's helping with people with their phones. I'm a small channel, so every little bit helps. Like the video, throw a comment in if this resonated at all, but subscribe. That would be really key. That'd be super helpful for me. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Bye.